Welcome to Tea with Nana. I'm your host, Nana Aduba Amoa, and joining me here is Thad Lou.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Thad Lou, Nolly Gang NT. Y'all know what it is.
Well, you are an up-and-coming Chicago rapper. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what got you into the music business, your inspiration.
My thing is, I always loved music, and I always was like, you know what? Let me do what's good for my mom and them, or let me do what's good for my dad and them. But at the end of the day, I was like, I'm tired of corporate America. Dead college for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You do it, you do well at it, you succeed. I said, I'm gonna just start doing the music. I'm gonna put all my little talents into my own brand and my own career. And that's how I got it to play.
Do you have any upcoming projects, mixtapes that are dropping soon?
Oh, this is the thing. I just dropped 2 freestyle videos that are both on YouTube. They both going crazy right now. One got over like 6,000 in less than 6 days. The other one got like 2,000 in 3 days right now. So
yeah, I see a lot of your music videos. Your views are like up there.
And we not paying. You know what I'm saying? We not paying, which is nothing wrong. If y'all want to pay and that make it look good for y'all, do that. But we not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying for my views. I'm not paying for my likes.
Do people actually do that?
For sure. It's good for strategic marketing. You know, depending on what you do, you know, how you do it. You know, don't just pay them for 1 million views and you can't pay for the fake comments either, though, you know, because then it don't look right, you know. Just make sure you invest in correctly. But I just don't do it because I'm into the platonic relationships and, you know.
Okay.
I like people, not bodied people, you know.
Understood.
For sure.
So how long have you been rapping for?
I've been rapping for years, right? But like, because I've always been into the music, like Chance the Rapper, Big Mensa, No Name Gypsy, Mick Jenkins. We all came from this stuff called YCA.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Young
Chicago artists. So, like the Steinmans, people who you probably never heard of, but they've been on Oprah, all type of stuff. Who else? L3. It's quite a few people. Angel Davenport, Saba. A lot of people have heard of Saba. That. You know, Saba goes crazy. You gotta look him up.
Okay,
you gotta look Saba. Serious. Joseph Chilliams, serious. Like, it's a lot of people who got a crazy buzz, you know, and they going crazy. They, you know, it's definitely, you know, people who I look forward to working with. You know.
So was that a clique or just like a
No, it's just, you know what, it was just a couple of cool people who understood art and wanted young youth to come and you know. So we all came from the same place. Like, there's videos of me performing at YCA. There's videos of Chance performing at YCA.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I know y'all got a hell of a package. You know what I mean? If y'all ever wanted to sell something, but for sure, without that, you know, I wouldn't be doing this music. So I was doing that in high school, poetry, spoken word. But then, like, when I hit like in 2015, 2016, I was like, you know what? Did corporate America, did college, you know.
What college did you go to?
Alabama State University, go Hornets. Yeah, State. You know what's popping. Y'all know who I am. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't, get into my music because I'm supporting y'all, you know. But Alabama State for sure, ASU. And yeah, like I said, we did it for the culture. You know, it's I love music. So I've been doing it forever, but maybe the last 3 years I've been doing it as an artist, you know.
Okay. Nice. So when I do listen to your music, I hear multiple influences.
Okay.
I don't know. You kind of remind me of like a modern Twista. Not that Twista's like old school stuff,
right.
And like your lyricism is definitely up there. A little bit of drill mixed with like, you know, like the Chance the Rapper kind of rap and music influence. So I get all of that, which is nice and different from a lot of these Chicago rappers.
Yeah.
Do you hear that a lot?
No, I never hear Twister often, but you know what? He was a big influence to me when I was young, so I don't see why not. You know, I remember standing in the midst of 100,000 haters, dynamite is well, I ain't gonna even go with that, but dang, look, I love Twister. You know what I'm saying? Twister was one of the dopest, especially that verse on Celebrity Overnight, cold. I think that's his Chicago flavor. I think he sort of like martyred it or made it like pop, like, you know, sometimes, you know, we originally had a fast flow. You know,
that's true.
But like when you know, you slow it down a little bit. Like Kanye came in with a really smooth flow. Came in the game conversational, real Macish, you know. Then when he like Common always was a smooth rapper. He was more poetic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think there's levels to it. But I'm from out west, so of course we was rapping fast. So I can rap fast, but like now I don't rap as fast as often unless it's like my freestyles or maybe a peak of my songs because I like people to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know if that was in that song, but you said hold on a minute. Oh, you said you don't talk about politics. But you majored in political science. I believe that was the line.
Cause okay, so I actually went to school for business marketing, but like in the song, I originally was like, so in my earlier years of college, when you don't really know what you want to do, I wanted to be a lawyer, so I took political science because it's 2 degrees that you can take to be a lawyer, poli-sci or pre-law, right? So I think those are them 2. I don't know what's going on now in the last 2-3 years, but like when I was in school, you could only take pre-law or you could like take political science to be a lawyer. So I was taking up poli-sci, and then until I found out it was extremely boring. And,
I tried that too.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't rocking with it. It was too fake, too boring. Shout out to all of y'all though. It's just everybody made for whatever. But I took that up. But I be telling them like I don't really be for all that politics. I don't do that. I ain't for all that. Like I could talk politics, but I ain't really for politics too much. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was gonna say I do follow you on social media.
Yeah.
And we sort of had an interaction.
Right.
About a status that you made regarding women using their sex as a form of liberation, and you were kind of condemning that.
Yeah, shout out to the Tatas though, but I just think that
Wait, hold on.
I what I'm learning though? I'll say this: people can do what they want, but whatever they want, it's their decision, and if it comes with consequences, that's your decision. You gonna have to live with your consequences. If you don't, I ain't gonna have to live with your consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like if it is something wrong with it,
like wanting to sleep with multiple people.
Yeah, for sure. Like just not even polygamy per se, just like promiscuity. Like if that's what you into, and then I think a lot of things have to do with the energy in which you're doing it. I never been like this. I know like we've had conversations before, offline, but it's just like. People go through things and then they leech their own energy in certain ways to sort of cope with the things they go through. But the different perspective is there are actually some people out here who probably are just really sexual. I don't think it's common. I think it comes from a negative withdrawal and then it happens. But at the same token, people gonna do what they want to do. Because at the same token, as a man, okay, if women are being promiscuous, that means that men are out here probably hitting the promiscuous women, right? It wouldn't be a story.
That's true.
Right? So somebody.
But the men are also being promiscuous. The women are they're not having sex with themselves.
But I do believe as a man, and I know that the critics are y'all always on my back anyway. I do believe as a man that we are naturally. All I'm saying is that men are naturally polygamous more than women. That's all I say.
I disagree with that.
And I think shout out to all of the women who want to do what they want to do because they can, and shout out to all the men who judge women even though they hidden because honestly you're sort of right. As I'm getting older, you are who you lay down with.
Exactly.
No cap. You know what I'm saying? That's so true. You out here hitting somebody you wouldn't hit, then what are you, But last statement to this though. In history though, right? When a man has power, do a lot of women want him? Say a man with a lot of power, money, fame, do a lot of women want him?
I'll say some women.
Right.
I personally wouldn't want a man with a lot of power.
See, you different. We talking about the norms.
I feel like some women think like me, so I can't be like, it's just me that think like this.
I think you're big. What is the word for this?
Maybe I am.
Facetious, right? I think you're big. Because seriously, for real.
Yeah, power it comes with that and money.
So in the history of time,
able to take
man with the more power, been able to take care of, if you were able to get what you could handle. Facts.
Speaking of women, it's the era of Me Too. I don't like your face when I said that. I know you hear about these abortion bans that are going on out south. How do you feel about the almost total abortion bans that's going on?
They shouldn't have did it in the first place. If they're going to feel this way, you shouldn't have allowed it in the first place. Less than 30 years ago, I don't even think it was allowed.
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, man, look, let the people do what they're going to do. Because if somebody gets, I think let people live their life. Period, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Illinois just passed like a bill that kind of restricts the abortion ban from occurring in the state.
Illinois, you know, we're
always on top of it.
Yeah, but you know, Illinois is a city of a lack of principles anyway. This is a mob town. This is a city full of gangsters and mobsters. Do I think gang violence is gonna stop? Maybe one day, no time soon. You know, I just think that all the real bad people will wipe themselves out.
I see.
But that means more death. That means more jail.
Yeah.
Right? But you know, some people they can't survive. If you wanna change, you will change. It's not easy, but you can do it. You know, if you want to change, you can change. There's people out here who are addicted to heroin. There is no addiction like heroin addiction. I'm telling you now. Because even when you stop it, you get sick as heck. And you can possibly die. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, that's how hard the withdrawals are from not using it. So, when people survive and never done it again. So, it's the same with the mentality. If you want to grow. But see, this is the thing. Let's talk about the deeper issue here, though. Like, why are we this way?
Why are we? I would say, why is Chicago this way? Because right now, the murder rate is off the roof. And what's crazy is...
Why is Africa that way?
Poverty.
Exactly.
I say
why do we have poverty?
Different reasons. I believe systematic racism. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, because people had a 300-year head start.
And also education. They're not putting a lot of funds.
Yeah, because guess what? In 300 years, you couldn't read a book.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, you get a head start. Yeah, if I'm in a race, and the finish line is like right in front of me, right, and you like 2 blocks away, all I have to do is jump in front of the finish line. I'm set.
That's true.
African American people have only been a thing from the standpoint of where we're in over the last 300-400 years. We've only been a thing. People have been here for millions of years.
That's true.
We only got a 300-400 year start.
Mm-hmm.
We learning. Like right now, if somebody popular said, "Man, stop killing each other," I'm talking about who mattered. Not Jay-Z. He's older. I'm talking
like someone who's
because Jay-Z's doing him. He's the GOAT.
Oh, did you hear he's a billionaire?
Yeah, so I'm saying he's a billionaire. Shout the whole man. That's a beautiful thing.
Seriously, that's my favorite rapper.
Man, yeah, he's my favorite rapper too. But like, you know, we not talking about him. We talking about somebody who really has the people in their hand. Like where I want to be at one day. I want to have the world in my hand so I can change it. Like when you have that type of power, you can do it. You can't be T.I. and them. They was busting in the early 2000s. I'm talking about right now.
But I feel like a lot of artists are kind of like G Herbo, for example. Like he's kind of speaking out against some of the violence.
Yeah, some of it. But if one of his homies gets shot, you don't think they're gonna retaliate? Come on now, like that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of hypocritical.
I mean, it is sort of hypocritical, even for me. That's what I'm saying. But when I get to that plateau of power, we not doing none of that. We avoiding that. You know, like that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so do you gangbang in your music?
I don't really gangbang in my music, but I do. You know, I speak lingo in my music.
I hear it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
What was Gnarly Gang?
Yeah, Gnarly Gang is just like, you know, good vibes, like gnarly bang. To me,
it's not a gang.
It's not a gang. We not a gang. We got people in the gangs in there, but what is a gang? Like we're an organization. You know what I'm saying? Gnarly Gang is just a lot of good positive energy. You know, even my logo is like a guy with glasses, an individual, emoji with glasses and a bow tie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not where you're from, it's where you're going.
Speaking on a lot that you've done for the city, let us know some of the things that you've done recently.
In the last year, $10,000 worth of food to the South Side area.
Wow.
Yeah, this summer we trying to do like $25,000 for the West Side, because that's where I'm from. I'm from the West Side. I'm from Ticktown. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, we trying to really do it. You know, feed the people, give the shorties hope, give them something to look forward to. See a young brother in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Living his best life.
That's dope.
You know, without having to sell drugs. Or, you know.
Feel about the recent legalization of marijuana.
It's cool.
In Illinois. Do you think that because when marijuana was first being legalized, everybody's little thing for Chicago was like, we're already violent. Like, if they legalize weed, it's gonna be like.
If anything, it's gonna calm. It's gonna calm the weed smokers down, but it's gonna see. It's the pills in Chicago that's the problem. It's the doctors on the black market giving the pills out. Like drug dealers have plugs to black markets. You know, governmental people are also on the black market, okay, and they know what's going on, and they're utilizing some of the benefits of the seed of the black market, and we know that, and it's just a game. Like, you know, come on, man, how all these dudes getting all this psychotropic medication? Come on, man, knock it off. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. People taking uppers and downers, man. Like, you know, people out here high, too high. Your brain is like this, so you doing dumb stuff and you killing people. But man, that's the game. The weed ain't the problem. Listen, the only thing weed gonna do is calm people down, but it's gonna create probably slight wars in the hood for a little while because they're taking the power out of the drug dealers' hands.
That's true.
And it's doing more corporate. Now, I don't know if because it's now going to be corporate and legalized, what would be the cause and effects of the people who sell drugs on the street? What type of crime repercussions is it if you get caught selling weed? Yeah. So what happens to the drug dealer who gets caught without the right to sell? That they might get some fair time for weed. Huh. So that's where it's going to get a little iffy, right? Yeah. So I need to learn a little bit more about it, and I know why Illinois is doing it for the money. You know, whatever. I get it. It's a good hustle. Everybody else doing it. Why not, right? So it's a good hustle, but do it like how Cali and them doing it. Do it how like Seattle and them do it. Don't be ruining black people and Latino people. And just it's really just Latino and black people because white people who sell drugs hardly ever get caught.
So where do you see yourself in like the future? I know you mentioned that you might sign if it looks good.
If it looks real good, gotta be real good, and the payback reproductions have to be really good too, because ain't no giving me no $1 million deal and then I gotta pay you 2.5 mil and give you 10 hours. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that.
Nice. Have you been offered any?
Yeah, for sure. Some decent. I still ain't take it. It just wasn't right. And some terrible. Like I remember somebody tried to offer me like a 90-10, 80-20, something like that, like where basically they getting 80% of everything. And I'm getting like 20%. Like, you out your rabbit mind, bro.
Right.
Bro, I went to school for business marketing, bro. You listen, I'm not that, so now we ain't gonna do that. I damn near ripped the paper and smacked them with it,
But you're making like a lot from like the streaming and the shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of money that gets generated. Them checks take a little while to get though. But when you get them, people support.
Nice following.
Yeah, people support, because people know real, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never hated on no man. I'm gonna show love to everybody. I respect women as much as I can. I respect people as much as I can. So, that's it.
Okay. So before we wrap this up, is there anything that you want our audience to know?
Listen, just follow the journey. I'm Thadlu, THADLU. I am everywhere. I'm talking about anywhere you want to find me. Look me up. Check out all my videos and visuals. Get an idea. Support me. Come to my shows. And if I can support you, we're doing it. I'm thinking in July or August we're gonna get that $25,000 of food out to the community.
Nice.
So that's the plan. Shout out to Timothy Hooper and all of those type of people who stay doing that for people though. Shaw Life, Timothy Hooper, them brothers do a lot. So we just want to keep giving to the community and feeding the people what they need to hear, because we go crazy on the music. We really do. When I say we, I mean myself, but my team supports me. So that
Gnarly Gang.
Yeah, Gnarly Gang. Next to None, Gnarly Gang. Gnarly Gang is my LLC, but Next to None, Decker Security, Johnny Tacos. Shoot, I still owe him. Johnny Tacos is my sister and her husband's company. I still owe my sisters a little money. I'm gonna get you right though. You feel me on me? So but we the team looks out for each other. It's family. It's like the mob for real.
Good.
So that's it.
That's what's up. So where can we find you on social media? Where can we hear your music? Where can we keep in touch with you?
Apple, Spotify, my website, thatlumusic.com, YouTube, everywhere. Anything you want, Deezer, I don't know. It like shout out to everybody, you know, who supports me and brands my music on all social media websites everywhere. But you can find it anywhere. You want to get some of my music though, you go to my website, go to my Facebook, THADLU, go to my Twitter, THADLU. Everything is that loop. So much love and peace and blessings to you all.